Welcome back, everyone. This is Vishal Pandey, and we are starting today the second chapter of your history book. And the name of the chapter is Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. What it means? Two topics we have to cover in this chapter. The first one is socialism in Europe, how socialism takes place in Europe. We will understand in detail, and then of course the Russian Revolution in detail individually. So these are two topics which we have to discuss. Under these two topics there are many subtopics which we have to enhance at the knowledge. We have to increase our knowledge in terms of those topics. Children, it is very much associated with your first chapter, that was the French Revolution, because it is the outcome of that revolution. Because I had already told you that French Revolution played an important role throughout the world, throughout the globe. So keep this in your mind that French Revolution will always help you in understanding Russian Revolution and socialism in Europe, because we are talking about socialism in Europe, and France is also situated in Europe, as you all know, and Russia is also part of Europe. So it is going to be very interesting chapter altogether, because what is socialism, you have to understand this. And because you live in a society where social people, where you are very much social, so basically if I talk about socialism, you should know this. First of all, let us understand that what is socialism and why in Europe. What is socialism and why it started in Europe for first time? Why not in other countries? So as I told you all that in the previous chapter you read about the powerful ideas of freedom and equality that circulated in Europe after the French Revolution. So we have already discussed the ideas, the nation state, the idea of nation state, and the right of equality before the law, and the right of freedom of expression and everything, liberty. We have already discussed those point. And if you remember, I had already told you that equality, liberty, fraternity, democratic rehabilitation, these are some points which adds to the French Revolution. So the French Revolution opened up the possibility of creating a dramatic change in the way in which society was structured. So according to this line, you can understand that French Revolution opens the door for socialism in Europe to come. So as far as socialism in Europe is concerned, we will understand the socialism itself. Why we say it's socialism, children? Because we had already covered nationalism, then we are covering socialism, then capitalism. So many words are there. ISM, whenever we use ISM in the last, what it conveys the idea. When we add ISM to in national, so it becomes nationalism. So it is the idea of nation state. When we say socialism, it is the idea related with society. When we say capitalism, it is the idea related with capital, related with potentiality of an individual. So what I'm saying is that socialism and the idea of society emerged in Europe after French Revolution. Why? This is a very big question mark. So we will understand the background of socialism first, that what is the background, at which cost it came in Europe, who were its propounder, who were its you can say the initiative person, those who brought at the platform this socialism, who were the nationalists, who were the ideologists, who were they. We will understand them also. And what were their ideology, suppose if I talk about, there were so many categories divided in France. If you remember, there were so many people of different mindset. Like we were having conservatives at that time, we were having liberals at that time, as well as we were having radicals. Now, radical is something new for you? No. What do you mean by radicals? Radicals means होता है कि ऐसे लोग जो all a sudden change चाहते हैं सोसाइटी में. So radicals are those who want sudden changes in the society. Liberals means those who want, those who are changed themselves from third state to middle class society, and those who are educated, those who are literate, they formed a new category that was called liberal. So altogether we will understand this chapter is going to be very interesting. And remember this, that to understand socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution, keep French Revolution in your mind, because without without recalling French Revolution, you cannot understand socialism in Europe. So don't let it down. Look here, you can see some were conservative, other were liberals or radicals. What I said you just now, it is all about that. And if we talk about French Revolution, what we get from French Revolution, the three elements: equality, liberty and democratic rights. Equality, equal rights, liberal rights and democratic rights. There is one more word you can add it, equality, liberty, fraternity. Okay, so these are some words, these were some ideas, these were some rights which we get from French Revolution. Next video I am going to start the age of social change, and the later on, this was only the introduction part. Okay, so be prepared and read it out. We will understand in detail in next video.